Tall boy. Tall boy.
My role is I'm a board member of the Trumpet Awards. Been a board member since the foundation was formed when Turner Broadcasting funded the foundation. So I serve on the board and in the process have been coming to the Trumpet Awards for about 10 or 12 years now. So I was first an invitee and then came onto the board. Well, it means to me, someone that grew up, I'm a baby boomer, and grew up during the civil rights era, but never had the opportunity living in California on the West Coast to, other than through television and the media, get an understanding of those that marched and made changes to open up the doors for all of us. So having gotten involved with the Trumpet Awards, I've been able to meet with Andy Young, I met Coretta Scott King, and a lot of the civil rights leaders who sacrificed and on whose shoulders we stand. So it's been a great experience for me to not get it through textbooks or through school, but to get it firsthand for those that were there and understand my responsibility to keep the legacy going so that what they did does not end up in vain. It's real important for us to recognize African American women and their role in our lives and their contribution to society as a whole. For far too long, they have been pretty much left as housewives or assumed that they didn't really have the wherewithal or the desire to make change. They've always been with, if they were married, their spouse, but also been out there as single women making great contributions to society. So to be able to elevate and make people aware of what they're doing, bringing them out of the background to the forefront is the key. I have a saying, there's a saying that behind every great man is a great woman. I kind of turn that around because my partner, I've been married for 36 years, I say in front of every great woman stands a well-directed man. And that's just to give honor to my wife, who's my partner, and the reason that I'm successful. And I want to recognize that, so it makes me feel good to be able to recognize that in women today. If you have a dream and if you have a desire, you just have to go after it. The road is not going to be straight. It's not going to be a level playing field. There's always going to be challenges and there's going to be doubters. It's easy to come up with reasons to say, I can't. I lost my father when I was 7. I was raised by my mother, and when I grew up, that was a high degree of failure for a young man to be raised by his mother. But you have to have the determination to support, believe in yourself, stay away from the naysayers. If they say you can't, that's not somebody you want to be around. You want to be around the ones that say you can do. And you reach for it, you go after it, make a sacrifice. It's not easy. It's not going to happen overnight. But you have to persevere, and if you persevere, you're going to win the race. That's the main thing. Hustling to me is, again, success is when preparation meets opportunity. We have to be prepared for when that opportunity comes to us. There's nothing wrong with having street smarts. You can get an education and not have the wherewithal to adapt in society. So I believe that growing up at a U of A, I call it a University of Adversity, is a higher degree than getting it in book knowledge. Networking is important because you never know where somebody's going to be 10 years, 20 years down the line. And we spend a lot of money on concert tickets, going to the movies, and all that's great. But I tell people, if we can't spend money to go to a function like the Trumpet Awards or NAACP, where the movers and the shakers are, when they meet you and you can introduce yourselves, that's networking. I don't know anybody who's ever got a job out of a concert, but I do know people who got a job out of an NAACP dinner, Image Awards, the Trumpet Awards, because you're networking with the people that have made it that you need to connect with. So you need to be around success to be successful. Well, Zonona is just an inspiration all the way around. She's got a a history and a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of experiences that she's had in her life prior to the Trumpet Awards, but in the movement with Dr. King. So she's really a walking encyclopedia, and you learn something from her every day that she's experienced that helps you, encourage you to persevere and get through, and know that we haven't gone through 1/10 of what people went through. Our ancestors who didn't get any of this success, who were discriminated against and murdered, killed, never made it. If we can't make it through with what we have, then we're in a sad shape, because they had a lot more to go through than we did.
Think big, think tall, think